What's up, everyone? Today we're going to talk about a pork shoulder cook, as well as some changes to the ugly drum smoker, as well as, on top of those two things, a new piece of equipment that I got, and honestly it's amazing. Alright, so this is the Inkbird 6 probe thermometer that you can find on Amazon and whatnot for like $57, $58. At least that's what I paid for it. This thing is top notch as far as I'm concerned. And granted, I'm not so well versed in multi-probe thermometers, you know, that would be weird. But this thing has worked flawlessly for my cook today. And we started at, let's see, I'll show you. You can link it to your phone, by the way. And what you do is you open the app and it tells you all your stats. You can see right here my grate temp is at 234. My pork shoulder 1 is at 109 and 1 is at 118. And all day they've been about 9 to 10 degrees apart. And now another thing I like about the app is it has a chart. And I don't know. Okay, so that's a downside. Is it doesn't rotate, but it shows you. You can see how consistent this thing's been all day. It hasn't been. I've got a range between 215 and 250, and for the past, well, this is about an hour and about 30 minutes worth. It's been perfect, but I can guarantee you for the past 2 hours we haven't seen much up and down over what you see here on the graph. And as you can see here, right here, I opened the vent, or I opened the lid to show somebody the meat, but this thing is great. It has a lot of features, and you can do 6 probes. I can't talk enough about this thing, but I'm going to show you all a couple things I've changed about the ugly drum smoker now. Definitely give that Inkbird 6 probe a thought if you're trying to upgrade your thermometer and heat management. It's so easy. It took no time to pair to Bluetooth. I'm not getting paid to say any of this. It's that good. But as far as the changes on the ugly drum, there's only been a couple. One of the biggest ones is that we got rid of the caps and nipples for the airflow vents, and we went with just magnetic sheets. And I can't say enough about it. It was just too easy. I don't know why that's not normal, but a lot of people are doing it now, so maybe it will be normal. But yeah, so a guy on Facebook was like, yeah, just use magnetic sheets. They're adjustable, they're cheap, you can replace them. And I'm going to do that. It works perfect. My temps are stable today. I believe I haven't broke 240 in the last hour and a half. I opened the lid to show my mom the meat and put it back on, and the temps dropped right back to where they were. Can't say enough about this magnetic sheet tip. So yeah, we got rid of this, and it's also cheaper to build, so that's good. But we got rid of these, and one of the other things that we changed on the smoker is that we went with a taller fire basket. We went from about 1 inch to about 4 inches in height, and what that does is allow more airflow. We were running into an issue where we would like bog down and spike, and then couldn't get it hot enough, couldn't get it cool enough. And somebody on Facebook again mentioned that you may want to raise the height of your fire basket. And come to find out, as the coals were ashing, the height was blocking airflow to the coals, therefore just ruining the cook. And I don't know why I didn't think about that. But raising it from 1 inch to 4 inch has completely removed that variable of the cook, and I'm thrilled with how this thing is working right now. For a fire basket, go ahead and buy the $20 worth of chicken wire or whatever they call it, expanded metal, and build you a proper fire basket. It's about 35 bucks, but it's the best thing. It makes a huge difference in reliability. So I really think this thing is dialed, and we're just going to cook now. I'll show you all the meat.
Bye.
Alright, so it's been a little while now. We're on hour 9. It's almost 5 o'clock here. We started at 8. If I did my math right, that's about 9 hours. These were about a 7.5 pound pork shoulder each, which should be about an 11-hour cook, I think. 7 plus, yeah, 10.5 to 11 hours. So we're right on track for that, given they don't stall heavily and you don't have to add any time for additional like pieces. Like there's 2 butts on there now. We're sitting at 228 for the temp, 174 for the shoulder 1, and 167 for shoulder 2. Shoulder 2 stalled a little bit. Not sure why. Well, actually they both stalled a little bit, but shoulder 2 started as the hotter shoulder and it's now been passed by shoulder 1. So I'm not sure why that happened. They're both wrapped, and I actually ran out of foil, and that may be the answer. Oh, and I did spray them with some apple cider vinegar twice through the cook. I didn't show that. It's just hard to do. They're foiled as well. Only having the camera and myself, it's a little tricky to film all this. But they're wrapped. They've got ACV, another batch of rub on them, and they're not even about to come out. They've got another hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. I'm going to crack this thing open to get a little more heat in it. I'll update y'all when I have an update. Alright, so we're going to be pulling this. It's at 198. Should probably wait till 200, but the other one is still on there, and I want to make sure the thermometer is reading the correct temperature. As you can see, the grill is getting a little hot. The grill is reading 245. Pork 1 is reading 198, pork 2 is reading 180. I want to know why there's that 18-degree difference in temperature. So what I'm going to do is probe 2 is the hot pork that we're going to pull. And so that's what we're going to remove the probe from that pork. I thought it would be this rear one, so that's good to know. We'll pull that out. Pull this guy out. Put him over here. And I want to reprobe this. It'll be right there. And get a fresh reading on it. See, it's saying 185, so that one still has some time to go. This pork shoulder is done. Let's get a shot of it. As you can see, we had some empty space here. I ran out of foil. There's nothing I can do. So you just saw the first pork shoulder that came off. It looks amazing. It's resting right now. The second one is having a little bit more time on the grill on the ugly drum smoker. Basically it stalled a little harder. We wrapped it still. It just stalled a little more than the other one. The grill got out of hand a little bit. The smoker got a little hot. I choked it off a little too far. We got it back in order. We're ready to go. It's cooking again. I actually took my shop vac, gave it a little boost of air, and got it back in order. Wasn't sure what I was going to do about that, but it's back. We're cooking. We've got 5 more degrees to go for this pork shoulder to come off, and I'll show y'all when it does. Alright, let's get these things out. See if I can do this without making a mess. Alright, to wrap this up, basically what we did, the process was get the smoker up to temp 225, let it roll with the probes in the meat until you reach 195 to 200. I pulled both of these out at around 198 and they look amazing. As you can see, the one on the right here had fallen apart, but that's no big deal. We're going to shred them anyways, so I'm going to let these rest and tear them down here in a little bit. I appreciate y'all watching, and if you like what you see, if you like the channel, hit the like button, subscribe if you don't mind, and I will see y'all on the next cook. Have a good one.